Warning! Extreme spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles ahead. Do not continue watching if you have not finished the game for yourself or watched up to at least episode 96 of my Let's Play. Yes, even if you don't plan to play the game for yourself, it's just that darn good. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Well, not quite. I'm here with a bit of a different video than usual. It's been a long road, but our adventure in the worlds of Bionis and Mechonis is coming to a close. Along the way, we went from seeking revenge on a Mechon with a face that attacked our home, to seeking out a long-lost friend, to winding up in a battle to save Bionis from the self-proclaimed leader of Mechonis, and now, to save the very universe itself. Zanza, the soul of the Bionis and the Monado, denies the existence of this universe and wishes to rebuild it from scratch. To bear fangs at a god and to defy fate, we'll need to assemble the right team. In the past, in any sort of important battle, I've chosen the 3 most relevant members of the party to fight. But all 7 of them have a reason to fight Zanza. There's arguments for why all of them should be allowed to, so there's no easy answer. I'm going to let you decide. In the description is a link to a poll where you can vote on who is being used. But just so we have everything that's happened so far fresh in our minds, let's go through everyone's stories and the roads they travel. I can't think of a better place to start than Shulk. He is my choice. It would be wrong not to have him fight in this last battle. He's the heir to the Monado and the leader of this group of 7. He was initially an introvert weapon researcher from Colony 9 who set out for revenge on the Mechon after they attacked his home. He became the new hero of the Homs in the process. Smart and resourceful in the present day, Shulk lost his parents at a young age and died along with them, but was chosen as the host for Zanza, which gave him life again. Dixon happened to be there and became his stepfather. All along, Dixon was Zanza's disciple and was merely doing this to make sure that everything played out as it should for Zanza's return. Even if Shulk was betrayed by the closest thing to a family he had, and even if Zanza took the Monado back from him, Shulk now has gained the ability to glimpse the future on his own, and has many friends to back him up. He stands tall, ready to fight for his home.
If I'd wanted to walk the predetermined path, I wouldn't have come this far. Even with the odds stacked against us, even though I can't see the future, I'll keep walking. My own path, that I decide.
Reyn is Shulk's best friend and an ex-Colony 9 Defense Force soldier who wished to follow in the footsteps of Dunban. He was here from the beginning, deciding to go with Shulk to protect him, fulfilling his promise to Fiora before she died in the Mechon attack. In the early days of this journey, Reyn was very goofy and clumsy despite his want to be reliable to his friends. He's become far more dependable since then, sticking up for everyone and being the shoulder to cry on. He may seem like a goofy clown on the surface and think that time itself revolves around him. His true character is one who greatly cares for everyone around him and always wants to help. It's his self-appointed job to protect everyone, and he does a good job of it. Most of the time.
Well, what does this do? Don't touch!
Sharla is a medic from the Colony 6 Defense Force. She joined our cause in the refugee camp on Bionis Leg after her home was lost to the Mechon. Shulk and Reyn gave her the hope to eventually reclaim it. Initially, she wanted to save her little brother Juju and her fiancé Gato, who had gone missing after the Mechon attack on Colony 6. After getting Juju back, Gato was nowhere to be found and she continued journeying with us in hopes of finding him. She even searched 2 worlds just to see him again. Gato became a faced Mechon and only for a short time could they speak due to his memory being erased by Egil. In the end, he remembered her and sacrificed himself so that she may live on. Sharla is very stern most of the time, but watches from a distance and knows what's going on inside the heads of her friends. She's the big sister to those who have none, and motherly at times, just as she was to Juju after the loss of their parents to the Mechon.
We had no choice but to be strong. Everybody had someone to protect. The moment you looked away, you'd lose everyone you loved. So we had to keep looking straight ahead. We couldn't stop fighting.
Dunban is the old hero of the Homs from the Battle of Sword Valley. He did what was necessary to win that day by wielding the Monado, which cost him the use of his right arm for life. He joined us for a short time during the Mechon attack on Colony 9, trying to fight despite his injuries, but it proved too challenging and we didn't see him again until Colony 6 where he joined for good. Had he not been so determined to overcome his injuries and get back onto his feet, our journey may have ended that day had he not come back right then and there. He's always been the old master to the group, there to give guidance and sometimes just to be the cool person that everyone else wants to be. He refused to let his limitations hinder his ability to help the group, both in adapting his fighting style and in mentoring the others. He's remained resolute throughout the adventure and been able to watch Shulk and Reyn grow up into capable heroes. His travels also reunited him with his sister, whom he thought was lost in the Mechon attack. Between this and the fact that this adventure cost him his lifelong bonds with Mumkar and Dixon, it's been a bittersweet road for him. The positives give him a reason to fight on, even if he's past his prime. He's just really bad at choosing friends.
No matter how hard you try to break us, the future is ours to shape, Dixon. Always!
Melia is the crowned princess of the few remaining Hyantia, who joined us in Machna Forest to serve as our guide to Aerith Sea. We helped her to defeat the Telethia in Machna after she lost her lifelong bodyguards to it. Upon returning home to Alchemoth, the Bionite Order had it out for her. We saved her from assassination, and she joined us on our way to Mechonis. She's mentally strong and willing to get her hands dirty despite her posh upbringing. Truly a mix of elegance, strong will, and toughness. In our travels, she's lost her father, her brother, her home, and most of her people. In fact, Tyrea is the last of her family. The destiny of her people all along was merely to be an army for Zanza when it came time to rebirth the universe. Needless to say, she's had it rough, but always puts on a brave face and doesn't let anyone know her sadness. She fights on to make sure their sacrifices weren't in vain.
I used to believe my father did not love me, until the day he died. If you do not grasp the importance of loved ones until after they are gone, that is simply too late.
Riki! This year's Hero Pawn from Frontier Village, handpicked by Chief Dunga. The cheese ball with ham joined us in Frontier Village as additional help offered by the Nopon, though we suspect they just merely wanted to get rid of him because he was too much trouble. While he might seem simple-minded and childlike on the surface, he's actually very experienced, having raised many children, even surprising Dunban with his wisdom. Why does he act the way he does? He considers it his job to make everyone smile and to be there for them. What about his ego? Well, I never said he was perfect. Before we crossed the two titans, he was a loser among the other Nopon. Since then, he grew into emotional support for everyone and a ray of sunshine to keep everyone's spirits up in the darkest times. He's certainly become more of a hero than any of his people dared to imagine. Chief Dunga, you chose well.
Riki raise and say goodbye to many little pon. Riki knows some things.
You can say that again. I had you all wrong.
Fiora! Shulk and Reyn's childhood friend and Dunban's little sister. Her initial purpose in life was to protect Shulk, knowing how timid he was. This cost her her life until being reborn as a Mechon, thanks to Vinea and Maineth. She rejoined us on the Fallen Arm, now living in the body of a Mechon. After finding her alive, it was still a long road to get her back. She was out there, and when we finally caught up with her, her Mechon body was malfunctioning and needed treatment. Fiora's always been calm and collected, and oddly seems at peace with her current life. Maineth died to protect us in Mechonis Core, and without her serving as Fiora's life force, she doesn't have much time left. Somehow, Fiora seems to have accepted this and feels privileged to even be here at all. She got to see everyone again one more time. While Fiora reserves her feelings most of the time, her overprotectiveness of Shulk is what comes out. Her reason to spend her last days fighting rather than in a hospital bed is to fight alongside Shulk now that he no longer needs a protector.
But I'm happy now. This body has given me the chance to live. Maybe I don't have much time left, but at least I can be with Shulk for a little while longer.
That is every last member of this bunch of jokers. They all have a reason to fight Zanza, and it's up to you now. You have 24 hours after the uploading of this video to make the call. The link to the poll is in the description. Go for it, and let's make this a good final battle.
We'll be waiting. We'll be on our best behavior.
And we will be the best guests you ever had.